Welcome to JasonWhiskyWise. My name is Jason. Welcome to Whisky Review today here on the Glen Scotia Victoriana. So, if you have missed the last video, I'm doing a little mini series now into Glen Scotia. And the last video, I covered the Double Cask, which is the entry level. I'm going to leave that link somewhere here in the top corner. If you'd like to go and check it out, by all means, feel free to go and click it and check it out. It's the entry level around about £35 in the United Kingdom. But today we're going to be doing Victoriana. It's the second whiskey in this little mini-series. It is a no-age statement, bottled at 51.5%, a whopping 51.5. The cask selection on the Victoriana is a little bit interesting, as they say the master distiller himself goes and picks out these casks. They're hand-selected from their cellars, and he picks out these different casks. Now, I've also read in some places that it does also come from a majority of bourbon barrels, and then it's also finished off in recharred casks. So you've got a combination of the two. Now the distillery itself is the Glen Scotia Distillery. We will be paying them a visit fairly soon, in the next 3 months. The actual parent company, Loch Lomond Group, and they're located in the Campbelltown region of Scotland. Campbelltown region of Scotland. Now overall, the price on the full-size bottle, you're looking at around about £78 to £84 here in the United Kingdom. Can be a little pricey for an NAS whiskey, but we'll get through our judgment and our sort of conclusion on this whiskey at the end of the review. Now, in terms of the exclusivity, it's not exclusive as it is part of their core range, and it's one that I've heard lots of stories about. I've tried it on one occasion before this, and I really wanted to cover it here on the channel. And when I got a miniature, I said, I have to do this. So let's begin by getting straight into the nose. So to begin on the nose for the Victoriana, the actual nose of this one is quite powerful, punchy. The ABV on this one's quite almost like it's giving you a sucker punch with the strength. The alcohol volume, I'd say it's ABV forward. You're getting a lot more of that sort of strong, powerful characters hitting the nose, almost like this is creating a spicy aroma. But once you give it time, once you let it breathe in the glass, and I've let it sit there for a little time now, been swirling it around, I'm picking out notes now of almost like a vanilla clotted cream. There's a bit of citrus going on in this one as well, like grapefruit juice, a bit of grapefruit zest, a bit of lime, sour green apples. An aspect in this one that reminds me as if you've been doing like wood shop and you've been cutting up some pine wood and someone's just splintered a piece of pine wood just in front of you. You can smell that fresh bit of pine wood in the air. That little bit of that going on in this one. There's even almost like a tangy pineapple, like an overripe pineapple. And there's something also going on in the background. I'm trying to pick it out, but it's very difficult. It's almost like you've taken brown sugar, you've put it in a pan, you're caramelizing it, but just as some of it's caramelized, some of it's not, and you're removing it. And you're getting that sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. Neither is it burnt. Very interesting. The nose, it was a bit questionable because it was very strong on alcohol and I had to give it more time. But let's see what the palate has in store. Slanger. Arrival on the palate for the Victoriana is almost, I'd say, a full texture. This is quite powerful. It does, like I said on the nose, it's that spicy character. It's immediately reflected onto the palate. It's very full on. Aniseed, white pepper, a bit of candied ginger coming through. Just really these spices quite strong on the front of the palate. Then as you let it sort of fade through, a little bit of grapefruit zest. None of the juice this time. A bit of almost like a dark sour cherry. A bit of blackcurrant, almost like a blackcurrant jam. Dark plums. I'd say leather. It's like a sort of worn leathery character. A peach cobbler. And a bit of sweet tobacco. Just on the back end. That's about it for the palate. Let's get into the finish next. So now into the finish for the Victoriana. Overall finish, it's still hot. I'm getting that candied ginger coming through. It then works its way into almost like coffee, like a dark coffee. However, this is coffee beans coated in a layer of dark chocolate, and you're getting this layer of bitter coffee, choco, all these different layers coming through of those two between, and they're just bouncing backwards and forwards after that little bit of that gingery heat fades through. Overall finish though, I'd say it's around about, a medium, maybe a medium full. It's only holding out because of the spice. Other than that, I'd say a medium finish. So overall time for a rating of this whiskey, and so I'm going to give this one an 86 out of 100. My reasoning behind that, the overall whiskey as a whole, I'm going to be judging this now from nose to finish. The nose is a little bit hot. I did say it needed a bit of time. So in terms of the aspect of time, it does need time. In terms of value for money at around about £80, I personally think it's a little bit higher than what I'd be willing to pay for this whiskey. However, it doesn't take away the fact that if you give this whiskey time, it will open out and become much more easier. However, to save all of that time, just add a few drops of water or a little bit of water, take it down a little bit. Now you're going to be able to see this whole whiskey unfold and unravel. So value for money, I think it's just a little bit more than what I'd go for. However, it does offer complexity. It does have all these characters. If you do add water, it will reduce that sort of that candied ginger completely, and also that grapefruit that comes through on the nose and the palate. It does suppress that quite a bit, but in terms of texture, it offers a good texture, complexity. It's not a bad whiskey. The only things that subtract from it are that spice, and I feel there is a little bit of youthful whiskey as well in there, but there is also some whiskey I feel is well aged. So 86 out of 100 on the Glen Scotia Victoriana. Let me know your thoughts if you have tried it down below in the comment section. On that note, I'm going to wrap the video at that. If you have enjoyed, drop it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit the like button as it does help us out greatly. And also be sure to check out some other Glen Scotia videos on the screen. But this has been me, JasonWhiskyWise, and I'll catch you all for the next video. Slaja.